Whenever you decide you want to do something like start writing your book or waking up early to work on your goals, the first thing your brain is going to do is just find every excuse why you don't have to do this, or every excuse why you can't do it. No one's telling me to do it, I don't have to. But the reason why I want to get up so early is because I want to prove to myself that I am a person that is disciplined, consistent, a person that's willing to do whatever it takes to succeed at her goals. Don't you just hate that sound? I don't want to get up right now. I regret my decisions. I contemplated so much, was it worth getting up early this morning? And I was originally, the plan was to wake up at 5 a.m. but I said no, screw it. I went back to bed, and this video became a 5:30 a.m. video because I did not want to get up this morning. I would much rather be in bed right now sleeping rather than sitting here in this parking lot at 7:30 in the morning. The reason why I decided to do this because today is September the 1st and it is the great lock-in. Last night I was scrolling through TikTok, literally trying to find motivation as to why I should get up this early in the morning and work on my goals. But a lot of TikTokers, they were encouraging and were saying this is our chance to lock in. If we fail the rest of the year, this is the time to fulfill the promise we made to ourselves back in January that we were going to get off our butts and we were going to work hard and grind for our goals. From September 1st to December 31st, we are grinding. Today, I'm going to sit down and write the second draft of my book. For 30 days, I'm going to spend most of all my morning just sitting down writing this book. I already have my coffee from Starbucks. It's the pumpkin spice iced latte. Hopefully it doesn't look as good as it did the other day, but hopefully it tastes just as good as it did. So last night I decided I'm gonna prepare for the writing routine. I don't know about y'all, but whenever I sit down to write, I feel confused, discombobulated, and I don't even know what scene I'm supposed to write. I just sit around for 30 minutes, wasted time before I actually put my fingers to the keys and start typing. But what I did last night, I made a checklist, a prep for my second draft. You can also use this too for your first draft. The first important thing to me on this checklist is to figure out your goal. What is your focus for today? Are you going to write one chapter? If it is, what chapter you're going to write? If you're going to write a scene, what scene are you working on today? And what is your word count for today? We're just setting a goal for the next day of what we're doing. And at the end of every writing session, also what characters are going to be involved in that chapter or the scene, or what is the purpose of the scene and how it's going to start and basically how it's going to end. And I also decided how long do I want to write today. And I also put set up your environment. I have my music playlist, I have my desk set up, I have my headphones ready and charged. Everything is prepared. And I also recommend you go to Pinterest and look up quotes from writers. Some motivational stuff, like you can't edit a blank page. Sometimes you just need a little bit of motivation to get started. You prepare the night before, it makes it a little bit more easier for you. This is come from someone with decision fatigue. I overthink everything. So having this checklist really does help you. So with that being said, we already wasted a lot of time, y'all. It's probably way past 7:30. I've been sitting here for a minute just yapping, and I want to get started writing before the day goes on. Technically, I was supposed to be writing at 7 o'clock, and it's like after 7:30. I wasted, my morning routine is too long. Anyway, let's get home and just get started with writing our stories. Y'all, even though I prepared last night and you've seen in my other videos how I have been preparing to start writing my book again, but at the same time I feel like I've been down this road before, because I told y'all in the past I've been trying to write this book multiple times over and over again, and I have a little bit of self-doubt right now, but I am here now and I'm trying to tell myself, yes, I can do it. Just show up every single day consistently. Just remember what your story's about. Remember the plot. Remember the world building, the characters. And It's not like it's the final draft. That I just want to have fun. I want to enjoy the music I put on, the candles, this coffee, the fireplace setup. I want to have a good time, and I recommend y'all do the same. Just go in and have fun. So sprints 1 and 2 is done. I have done an hour of writing, and I want to see how many words I got so far. So let me see. So far I got 1,597 words. And I have to say the challenge of doing this was trying to make sure there's no distractions, and the inner critic would not leave me alone. Every 5 seconds I feel like, oh, you sure you want to write that sentence? That character sounds kind of crappy. And I was trying to push through it. I was trying to type fast. I thought if I typed faster, maybe the inner critic would just shut up and leave me alone. Right now I am writing the midpoint instead of chapter 1, because I know I have tried to write the first chapter over and over again, and I got tired of doing that. And I know if I go back to chapter 1, I'll have really bad writer's block. So I was like, start at the middle, start the part where I'm most excited about, which is the midpoint. And I feel like that part is the most fun part to write, because a big secret is revealed in the midpoint. I was able to write a little faster because I already know what I want the midpoint to be. If you're struggling to get started writing and you have a bit of writer's block, I highly recommend just start a place of the story where, oh my gosh, my cat. Just start the place of the story where you're most excited about. Start at the midpoint, start at the end. You don't have to start directly at chapter 1. Sometimes I feel like the hardest part with writing a story is started at the beginning, because we try to get it to be perfect, because we know when readers pick up our book, it's going to be the first thing they read. So to prevent the perfectionist mindset, I just recommend you don't start at the beginning. So anyway, I want to go ahead and move on to the other sprints. I have 4 more sprints I want to do this morning. So I can't talk too long because my timer is almost up for me to go on to the next sprint. Y'all, we are rolling this morning. I don't know. I feel on fire right now. I feel like I can do this. I can make it to the 6th sprint. I could get through these 3 hours of writing. I don't know. Let's just see if I can do it. Hopefully my attention span doesn't run out and I still have the creative juices flowing. Hopefully the inner critic can shut her mouth for at least 5 minutes so I can just concentrate. So let's go. Y'all, I am starting to melt in this shirt right now. I put it on this morning because it was 61 degrees and now I'm about to burn up. And I wish it was fall. I wish it was all the way fall. I know it's September, but it's only cold in the early mornings. Like as the morning goes on, it starts to get hotter. And this shirt, I love wearing sweatshirts more than t-shirts, and it's so cozy, especially when I write. And now I'm gonna have to take this off. It's just, I'm starting to get distracted from burning up right now, so I'm gonna have to change. Let me get back into my sprint. I wasted 5 minutes of my clock for sprint 5. I gotta concentrate, get focused. Okay. Doing this challenge, writing for 30 days, and doing the great lock-in, as people say on TikTok. It feels like I'm doing NaNoWriMo, even though NaNoWriMo got canceled. The controversy of last year, y'all know the whole drama behind that. But anyway, doing it made me just feel very excited. I feel like I'm doing NaNoWriMo this whole day. This whole morning, I have been super energized and just looking forward to other days ahead. Even though during this challenge this morning, y'all, I gotta admit, I woke up at 5 o'clock, then went back to sleep at 5:30, and I wasted about almost 2 hours of time before I sat down and started writing. I don't feel like it's a failure because I did 4.5 writing sprints. I didn't finish through 5 and 6 writing sprints. I got to 2,622 words. I was trying to write as fast as I can, and I gotta say, a lot of it's pretty sloppy. I feel like the dialogue could be real better. I tried to write without putting too much description for now. I was trying to write down the dialogue that was in my head, and then I thought about maybe coming back and adding some description. And I did start at the midpoint where the big secret's revealed, and then he has to deal with the consequences with everybody finding out the big secret. I'm kind of disappointed because the way I wrote him, I was looking back at my writing after lunch, and I was like, I didn't like the way I wrote him. I made him seem like a jerk. And I know sometimes protagonists are like that, but I think I made him seem like he was a jerk, a little villainy. And I didn't want him to come off as too much. When I have readers read it, I want them to like his character, but understand he's flawed. So I don't know how I'm going to do. I'm going to go back and change the way I wrote him. Now, if you are doing the 30-day challenge or the great lock-in like on TikTok, these are a few things that I want to take into this next 30 days. One, not every day is going to be perfect, but you have to be consistent. There'll be some days you're going to write at least 2,000 words. Some days you're just going to show up and write only 500 words. Take it small. If you haven't written in a long time, just take it slow, take it small. Maybe today, if you want to start right now, just start with 500 words. Let today be your goal, or maybe just set a timer for 1 hour today and then call it after that. Prepare the night before. I'm telling you, it's going to help out. I feel like that's what helped me get stuff done and make a lot of progress today. Embrace the fact that your first draft is going to be messy. I know you hear that a lot all the time, but I just try to remind myself that the first draft, and even heck, the second draft is not going to be perfect. And you got to remember, it's not your final draft. You have so many drafts, edits, and revisions. And that's how I got through NaNoWriMo. When I first did the first draft, it's not the perfect vlog, but I had fun doing this. Like I said, I was really excited to write because it reminded me of that fun time all writers get together or used to get together in NaNoWriMo. And also, let me know in the comments below, are you going to participate in this great lock-in to do a TikTok, or are you going to do a 30-day challenge for September? Or are you even going to do NaNoWriMo in November? I know some people said they're done with it, and I heard NaNoWriMo even went out of business, like the company itself. I don't know. But y'all let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.